I sit quietly in this space of silence. I turn inward into my inner being. I, the soul, am a being of light. I visualize at the center of my forehead the light that I am, the living energy that gives life to this body. As I watch this physical body of mine, I appreciate how I, the soul, am a master of this body. I am the master of my physical senses. I am the master of my thoughts and feelings. I look back at all my experiences and watch them as a detached observer. Good or bad, all is well, all is good. For in all my experiences, I have learned and am moving forward in my journey. Yes, there were tough times ahead, but challenges have made me stronger and a better person. I value my journey. Whatever has happened along the path is good. Whatever happened and whatever is happening is very good. And whatever will happen is for the best. I continue to journey inward, for introspection allows me to see with honesty and clarity who I am. I continue to move forward, for the past is past. I leave behind whatever has to be left behind. I let go. I forgive. I continue to journey upward towards the Supreme, towards the divine light. I experience the light of pure love and wisdom of God that constantly guides me on this path. Om Shanti. I, the soul, am a being of light.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. Good afternoon, sisters and brothers, in our journey towards the light. It's Saturday once again, the 13th of April, 2024. And we have chosen a very special topic for us to talk about this afternoon. It is my superhero. Why do we think of heroes? It's April. And to the Filipinos, this is a very significant month because this marked one of the greatest milestones in our struggle towards our freedom and independence from nations that wanted to occupy us. We have gained our independence, but we have not forgotten to look back to those times of difficulty when the spirit of the Filipino, the human spirit, came up to the challenge and met every little and big obstacle that was on their way towards the acquisition of freedom. Since it's April and we look back in gratitude to those who fought for our freedom so that we, once their future and now our present, have enjoyed and are still enjoying. And for this afternoon's program, we have chosen the subject, My Superhero. But every hero is super, but for each of us, there is someone who is really special, and that's our superhero. So this afternoon with us in the studio is, is Brother Archie Vidon, who is a hero in that he travels all over the country to pursue his dreams. Good afternoon, Brother Archie. And to assist us is Sister Ellen, no other than Sister Ellen Luna, the moving spirit behind the inner space. Brother Dennis, Brother Duncan Coleman will be with us too, from all the way from Barili, but from far away Manila will be Sister Helen Pavon Serrano. So with all these personalities with us this afternoon, welcome sisters and brothers from all over our beautiful world. It may be morning, noon, or evening in your place. All of you are welcome to Inner Space and have a good time with us. Sister Helen?
Yes, we would like to welcome everyone to this Saturday conversation. And it's really beautiful, although it's scorching heat outside. But this heat brings us here again to be together and reflect on a beautiful topic, which is my superhero.
Sister Ellen will be our anchor person this afternoon.
Moderator.
She will moderate our conversation.
Now, actually, I have some questions here because it would be nice if, if we would perhaps make a little, little himay-himay kung anong ibig sabihin sa atin ng hero. Let's first have the hero. What is your perception of a hero? I'd like to ask Brother Archie here.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, brothers and sisters. Again, thank you for having me.
Yes, of
And
course.
this is a beautiful topic. It's a timely topic for this month. And about the question, who is a hero?
Or what is a
What
hero
is a
for you?
hero? For me, who is someone who make a difference and make an impact for a change or a positive change. But in
Somebody who
our
makes an impact.
impact, yeah,
Right.
to everyone or to 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 the world. But
Okay.
during our younger years, we have a different definition of
Hero.
hero. Yeah, because we are fascinated by different characters. Like we have Superman, we have our Batman. But when we started to study we learned another type of hero, which is like the Jose Rizal, those people who fought for the freedom, like what Sister Tansy
The
mentioned
national
earlier,
heroes.
our national
Yes.
heroes who was able to protect and gain freedom. But in our current days, we have our modern heroes. Yeah, we
We'll
have,
get back to that
yeah.
about our modern heroes. But may I ask you, who is your hero?
Hero for me, it's someone who inspired me a
Who
lot.
made an
Uh,
impact on you, I'm sure?
of course, number
Yes.
one is of course my parents. My
Okay.
parents are my hero
We'll get
personally.
back to that. So your parents, I'd like to ask Tenzi this time, what is a hero for you, Sister Tenzi?
A hero is someone who makes life special for me. But I once spoke about my father, who really is number one in my heart because he surpassed many obstacles in his life in our favor. But this time, I would like to speak of one of the best persons I ever met, someone who was the eldest in a family of 7, who really was someone who loved the poor truly. Her name is Irene Yusinko
Okay.
from Cebu,
Yes, the late Irene.
the late
Yes,
Irene
yes.
Yusinko.
Okay. I see now Dr. Helen there. Perhaps we can ask her also her own definition of a hero, and who is your hero? Dr.
Hello.
Helen,
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sister Helen.
Sorry for being late. I just came home, actually. It's so hot here in
Yes, I'm
Manila.
happy to see you also online. Wonderful.
You all. So our topic today is about hero. Whoa. I was thinking about it this morning before I came. I think when we speak about hero, it's more than the superhero that we see on TV. Uh, I feel that in our practical life, hero is someone, for me, hero is someone who helps me bring out the best
Yes,
in me.
yes, you.
That
Yes.
brings out my potential and brings out my highest purpose.
Okay. So perhaps that we will get into that highest hero of yours with our superhero later. But in your practical life right now, it's not just a superhero that I'm going to ask of you, just the hero. Is there any particular person right now that you have that you would consider who also brought the best in you? Dr.
Ah,
Helen?
yeah, sure. My mom.
Okay. What
Mom.
about your mom?
Oh, she's she's just a simple person. Didn't finish college
Okay.
because she's the eldest in the family. So she had to help her parents to take over the business. And from the stories that I heard from my Lola and Lolo, uh, she doesn't sleep. Actually, she opens the store after coming from school, she would help attend the store, open and then close it as well. And then in between, she would study in the store. So actually, I almost during my medical years, I would always remember that. And in the process, kahit na gusto mong magreklamo, I feel, you know, I feel, hindi, kaya ni mama, kaya ko rin to.
Wonderful. She was a good model for you then.
Um,
Yes. So we all have different heroes in our lives. You have your father, no, not your father this time. It used to be but this one is Irene right now, who is the eldest of the 7 children. Can you tell us more about Irene?
She was eldest of 7 children of their family, and I understand from her stories that she came upon difficult times too. Their family had difficult times, especially after the Second World War. However, she was such a person who was looked up to by many members of the Filipino Chinese community here in Cebu. So that one time, one of the elderly Chinese said to me, you know, Tensi, your best friend is really a good person. She helps many, many people without counting the cost. And do you know, if it were not she, we wouldn't help her family with capital for business. So it was she then who was the model for her family.
And she really made a difference.
She really made a big difference in the lives of many people.
What about your hero,
Of course,
Brother
my
Archie?
yeah,
You were
my
saying they made an impact. Who is it that made an impact on you? Particularly your mother and your father, you would say your parents?
yeah, parents
Exactly
both.
how did they give you that big impact, that strong impact?
Of course, their love beyond imagination for, but of course, all parents. But for me, it's so special, special that they can, even though they lack something, they will do something to provide for their children.
It's really very touching. I can relate with you.
Yeah.
My father and my mother were also the heroes
Yeah.
because we did not come from a family which is stable in terms of economics. We came from a family that, or rather, a family where still struggling to make life, to make a living, because they came after the World War and life was not really very easy, but still they were able to move on and bring us all educated, and somehow they wanted us to be in the best school so that we can really be able to bear with the challenges and really come up as we are right now. My father would always say, wala akong ipamamana sa inyo, kundi ang inyong napag-aralan.
Correct.
Dahil with this, sabi niya ganon, it is not going to be rotten, it would not be robbed, it would not even be taken away from you. It would not be, it would not be on fire or masusunog daw. So I would always remember my father for that, and my mother too, who also tended a store so that she can augment my father's income.
Yeah.
So great are our parents, and I really feel that gratitude right now that I had somebody I can model like your mom in the case of Dr. Helen here, and all of us. I'm sure we have that special place in our hearts for the hero in our family.
I do remember
What do you remember?
somebody in Dumaguetes, when he heard my family, my maiden name, he said, "Oh," he told everybody in the dormitory, your friend here comes from a landed family in Pangasinan." I said, "Excuse me, sir, we're not landed, we are potted." Because instead of paying attention to acquisition of land, my father thought it's better to educate us and acquire diplomas, which would testify to the fact that we have educated ourselves. So instead of having land, we had flower pots and there was soil in them. So whereas some of the members of my father's family really are landed even up to now, I insist we belong to the potted branch of that family.
I like that. Potted. Potted. And what was the word again? Potted land.
Potted, we belong to the potted branch of that family
Branch.
because all the land that we have are in the flower pots on our window sills, whereas my cousins, they speak in terms of hectares and hectares. We speak of pots, flower pots. But along with the flower pots were the diplomas that we earned.
That's
Yeah.
very good. And I don't think it's only just the diplomas that we earned. I think our training with our parents
Yes.
bring us where we are at today. We
Mhm.
are more, I would say, resilient. We are more hardworking, and we know what to do with our lives.
We appreciate
Yes.
what they have done for us, and we love the memories along the way.
Very true. What do you say, brother?
Yeah, for me, it's that's correct now. And I'm lucky because I still have my parents.
Lucky for you,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I I have the opportunity to tell them and let them feel how we love them every day. And
Wonderful, wonderful. What about you, Sister Helen over there?
Yeah, I was thinking, one thing that I learned aside from being hardworking, she taught me through her example on how to be down to earth and humble. I remember when I was in my school days period, our house was like a pension home where everybody just comes in and out. Parang ang dami-daming tao because the house is open to those relatives or even kasambahay whose parents comes to visit, yung ganon. So I saw in her um not only the love to work, but also the how to give love to people around her, how to take care of the people.
That's so wonderful, no? So it's not just the hardworking mom that you had, but she has been open to to other people, not just her own family circle, but also to the other people around her. Wonderful. Now I saw Duncan is also in Zoom, but we can't see him. But Brother Duncan, can we just hear your audio? Okay, you're there.
Hi, Brother Duncan.
So, how are you,
Hello.
Brother Duncan? Welcome. And there's also Inday. Wonderful.
Hi, Dain.
Dr. Ellen, Tansy, Archie, and Helen in Manila. Thanks for inviting us
Yes, of
onto
course.
the
We've been missing
conversation.
you, brother. You've been
Well,
hearing us.
we've had our sound off because we've got workmen working and on the cafe, and the dogs have been noisy. So if just let us know if the internet gets a bit funny or whatever.
It's still okay
Yeah.
till now. So can you
Sure.
share us also, brother, your own experience of the hero in your life, including Inday perhaps later?
Yes, well, when I was 10 years old, I came across the martial arts champion Bruce Lee through his
Bruce Lee.
movies. And
Okay.
at that time, I think he had already died maybe a year before, but
Yes,
he
yes.
became posthumously famous through his films to an international audience. And of course, he was responsible for martial arts spreading throughout the Western world. And in the 70s, early 70s, that was a big craze. And I thought that it never occurred to me that he was Chinese, or in fact part Chinese. But it just seemed like the right thing, because you had this person who was a champion of this total self-control, mastery of their physical abilities, and an invincible fighter, warrior, and so that really appealed to me as a role model. I thought, if he can do it, I can do it. You know, there was that about him. Later on, when I became a bit older, I realized that he was actually also very spiritual and philosophical, and he'd actually studied philosophy and literature in Columbus University
Okay, I did not.
and United States. So, you know, he had quite a depth to him as well. And you know, it was also the beginning of kind of like the Asian male, or the Asian man, being represented as a fearless and you know, powerful figure, whereas I think previously there'd been there was a very different attitude from Westerners towards Asians. There wasn't that sort of acceptance and understanding of aspects of their heritage and culture, in this case Chinese, that was very special and very powerful on a personal, physical level. Yeah.
That's wonderful, brother. It's only now that I realize that the martial artist and actor,
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, was it Jackie Chan
Bruce Lee.
or Bruce Lee? Had that spiritual, yeah.
Right.
It's the first time.
Jackie
that I
Chan
heard
was
about.
like he also had Bruce Lee as his role model.
Yes.
Jackie Chan was
Okay.
not hungry.
Yeah.
May I say
Actually,
something?
yes,
Okay.
Helen.
Helen would like to interact. Yes, Helen.
I happen to be one of the fan of Bruce Lee as well, and Jackie Chan. He's really a very disciplined guy and
Yeah.
spiritual as well. No, that's why he was able to conquer the whole Hong Kong base and Western cinema because of not only his acting, but really he was able to portray real kung fu. And Jackie Chan, I think, was one of his dear fan. So eventually he was able to get some of the discipline from Bruce Lee as well.
Okay. So wonderful. We all are here and we're all one in saying that our heroes are people who are really admired. There are people who have made excellent effort in their lives. They have made a difference. They made a big impact and they have made people happy and benefited so many of them. Now, Inday, can you share us also sa may imong sa hero? Sa kanang hero, sa ato sa Tagalog, it's bayani.
Bayani.
Sa Cebuano is,
Mahiro si
unsa
Cebuano is
unsa man Inday?
hero.
Kinsa may imong hero, Day?
Si Linda Carter. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Si Wonder Woman. Okay. What about Wonder Woman? What is it that you see in Wonder Woman?
She's very strong and helping
Yes.
everyone.
Strong woman. That's Linda Carter.
Mhm.
Like mother.
So which
Strong
means
woman.
you must be a strong woman too. Because your hero is usually what you mirror, di ba? So thank you, Inday, for your participation. You have a very nice background over there. That's very rustic, and it looks like you don't feel the heat that we're feeling here in the city. Murag, lamig kayong hangin diha.
Shade.
We're in the shades of Malaiba.
It's beautiful.
And
It's
the
beautiful.
workmen.
So at this point, I would just like us to do a little intermission or a, how would you call this? Our golden
So we
drops
have to
portion.
hide.
Okay. So can we have our golden drops? Thank you, Golden Drops, for that short interval where we are able to get a little glimpse of the elephant. And the elephant, according to that, is to feeling heavy, should be able to get a skyrocket on their feet. That's what we're doing right now. It may be very hot outside, but let's put ourselves into a new perspective. And our discussion right now of the superhero is something that I guess would really be lifting us, not just to become a hero, but to see from another perspective what a super hero could be.
Miss Ellen,
Yes.
may I please go back to an experience vis-a-vis
Sure,
Bruce
sure.
Lee to
Sure.
I was teaching elementary school in Ilocos Sur when one morning I saw one of the sisters treating the feet of one of our little boys. He was in grade 2 then. His feet were really burned, but he didn't absent himself from the class. He still went to school. Oh, he was having a hard time. In fact, his father had to carry him from their house to our school, and then in school he was walking not on his soles but on the sides of his feet. So sister had to treat his burned
So brave of
soles.
him.
He was brave and he really didn't give up. But I asked him, why? What happened to you? I Maze. See, they speak with us with an accent. I was in Ilocos Sur then. I Maze. Because Maze, I said, what happened? Why are your souls burned? He said, because Maze, I went to the Mobay and I saw Bruce Lee. He stepped on the fire and I followed him, Maze, and my feet are burned and his feet were not burned. So sister, while giving him a treatment with hydrogen peroxide and some ointment, he said, it's not the stepping on the fire that made Bruce Lee a hero. Bruce Lee is brave. That's why he is a hero. It is not necessary that you step on the fire and burn yourself so you become a hero. What's important is behind that activity that he went into was the spirit of courage that he had in his heart. So the boy said, yes, sister, I am brave. But my feet is hurt. But see, there was a lesson in it.
Yes.
Only he had to learn it the hard way by
And
getting
it's not going to
burned.
be literal, like, following him.
Yes.
That's just like that. But it was good that you were able to.
Sister was. Because when he said it, I was laughing inside, but pitying him on the outside.
Funny story, but it's something that we all can really learn from. So, as I was saying earlier, this is going to be the portion where we would be looking at not just the hero that we have been talking about, but it's a super hero. Who could be your superhero? Can we ask Archie?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I have different superheroes while growing up, and the characters from the childhood during the school days. We have our national heroes who fought for our country. Then we have the modern heroes, like the teachers, FWs, who are giving so much inspirations for us, doing their job despite the challenges and hardships. But for me, I think there is one superhero in our lives, and that is the supreme, or our
Perhaps you can tell us about your own personal experience about this superhero in your life.
I think this one I start this superhero is our supreme being, or what we call God. And I think I was able to know him better when I joined the Brahma Kumaris, or the inner space, wherein I was able to know him and I was able to know myself, where I came from and what my status are and what is my um original state. And it came from my superhero, that is the virtues. We have the power, we have the purity, and we have the knowledge, the love, bliss, and mercy. Those virtues came from our
How were you
super.
able to apply this in your practical life? How did this Supreme Father, Supreme Being, make you different from just uh knowing a hero, but now it's a superhero?
I think it's more of, we all know that we have
What is his impact on you? In other words,
the impact. It's more on accepting or who I am. And of
okay.
course, because of that virtues and the powers given to us, we're able to also radiate positive vibration to
Okay,
others.
okay.
Those
Okay.
things that
So these positive vibrations you were able to somehow acquire through your knowledge
through the
of
knowledge.
knowing who you really are
Yes.
and being able to know who your father is, I'm sure.
Correct.
Yes. So how did it affect the people around you? And you were saying about the positive vibrations. Exactly, can you tell us how these positive vibrations help you with your relationship with your family, your
Colleagues, yeah,
your
of course.
colleagues?
Yeah, for the in every situation or in every occasion, we have challenges or we're meeting different people with different behavior, and sometimes we meet difficult people. And I've learned from my superhero that I can respond differently using the virtues that he bestowed
And you
upon
said
us.
something like acceptance. It's not
Acceptance.
very easy to get that acceptance, I guess, in the past. But now, are you saying that you're able to accept people better?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm new in the this particular situation, and before it's like a tit for tat. So what you give me, I'll give it to you. But for me, it's
A tooth
different.
for a tooth.
Yeah, it's
And an eye for an eye.
yes. But right now, since I know who I am and I have different powers and virtues, I was able to control myself and the response that I'm giving to different people for different situations. I think that's something that my superhero is giving me all the time. I'm not yet 100% there because as a human, we still have this situation wherein we give in to some situations. But there is this time that we were able to remember, and there is this uh, thing that, oh, I am a soul, and I am a child of God, and I have to respond in a nice way.
That's a wonderful realization, brother. And I think that's a acceptance is really very important. So I'm sure that has given you a lot of lift in your life. And
Yes,
the people around you must be very happy also that they are accepted rather than just in the past, perhaps they were not understood so
correct.
well. So can we ask now, Sister Helen there also, who is her superhero?
After my brother husband passed away, and also my dad, next to them, really, I realized that it is no other than God the Father, who is my superhero. He is my beloved and also my father. And right now, what if I wanted to uh, give the gist of what I've learned through all these years in Raja Yoga meditation, it's as simple as if you are thinking positive during negative times, you already won. Yun lang, di ba?
Yes.
Because many times we are, especially in my kind of career, you are always in a very high tension situation. And
And you also deal with life and death.
ah,
That's why it's high tension, no? Having patients whom you don't know if they would survive or not.
yes. And before, it's not easy to see things as they are. But now, you really just have to shift. Anything
Shift.
negative,
Okay.
make a shift and look for the silver linings in
Okay.
them, the positive things. And God said, you already won. That's
Yeah.
it. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So that has made a big difference. Your superhero giving you all this positivity and sharing you the knowledge, I'm sure, has given that big difference in your life. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sister Helen. Now let's go to Brother Duncan.
Hello again.
Yes, hello again. We're
Yes,
back.
look, it's at this point in time in my life, the example and the life of Prajapati Brahma, who was formerly known as Dada Lekra, is really that superhero for me. Archie and Helen mentioned incorporeal Godfather, but and of course God, is the ultimate source for all of us and father to all of us. But he is the incorporeal father. He doesn't have a body of his own. He borrows one to impart knowledge. And nearly 100 years ago, Dada Lekraj, who was a very successful jeweler in the Sindhi community in Karachi, had the Supreme Spirit come upon him, and he gave up every aspect of his life to dedicate his time, energy, and money to serving humanity through his personal sacrifice and study of the knowledge that was coming from the Supreme Soul. And it's very easy to have a kind of two-dimensional view of that story and that person. He left the body in 1969 after about 35 years of
So you're saying, brother, your superhero is actually Brahma Baba or no?
Sorry.
Okay. So can we ask Inday at this point also who is her superhero? Inday. Inday, hello. I think we're losing them. Can I just shift right now to
game, but that's all right. Go right ahead. Lost.
okay. I think we're losing you, your audio and hello. Anyway, I might as well ask.
Sorry,
you.
we're getting patchy. Never mind.
I'd like. Isn't I already ready? I thought we lost you earlier.
We're back now.
Yeah, our internet is really slow.
Yeah.
Patchy.
So can we ask you in a few sentences who is your superhero, Inday?
I think my superhero is my mother
Okay.
and also God.
Yes. Okay.
Number
Thank you
one,
very
my
much. Number one. Okay. Thank you, Inday. We're losing you actually. Now, can I just shift right now to Sister Tensi here? Who is your
My
superhero?
superhero is the hero of us all. He is the final and the ultimate source of power, and the end, and should be the end of our aspirations. He taught me to accept things and people as they are, because everything has to happen if it is meant to happen. And all our strivings should be towards the attainment of that ultimate happiness that He has prepared for all of us. I just came from a Lenten Triduum where I learned to be simple and accept whatever is on and along my way, because somehow this will all lead to an ultimate goal, which is union with the superhero of us all.
I remember you saying earlier, the penultimate, that's my superhero.
Yes.
Now, I have here some questions. I think this is coming from some of our friends in the FB. There's a question here. What small acts of heroism do you witness or perform in your daily life? Can anyone volunteer to? This is focusing on what you're doing right now. Are you able to see the model that you have and bring it into your life, live it in your life? So
Oh,
you
yes.
are a hero. I see right now, being there with the nuns and the priests with their struggle for the trees that are going to be
Oh, yes. Probably it is our idea of
Destroyed?
progress.
yes.
In the little island called Camotes here in Cebu, there is a move to take the malls to the island. And to be able to accommodate the malls, trees will have to be sacrificed because the malls will occupy a lot of space. What really, I now think to myself, what really is our idea of progress? Is it being able to buy things from the mall, or is it being able to appreciate what Baba has given us? Father God has given us in terms of nature, in terms of comfort, in terms of, enjoying what is natural.
So what I see right now is a heroic act in you trying to save what we have
Thousands of
right now,
trees.
yes. And Mother Nature somehow is to protect it from
Yes.
being
Yes.
vandalized, not just
Yes.
vandalized, but being destroyed. Brother, can you tell us about your own experience on the small acts of heroism that you feel you can share with the group
Yeah.
right now?
We are all heroes in our own special way. And I think it's more of change, not changing the other people, but changing ourselves.
Yes, true.
And we have this in Brahma Kumaris and Inner Space that a small change in us will make a big impact to the world. And I think one simple change is accepting,
Yes.
still accepting the people around us.
I saw that
And-
and no complaints.
Yeah, so not complaining who they are, what they do,
Just
because
loving them,
try-
I guess, and accepting
trying.
them, embracing
Yes.
these people or whatever is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that simple act will make a difference.
And it gives also a very
Yeah.
positive energy.
Yes,
So
that's true.
accepting people, embracing whatever may not be right,
Yes.
but still accepting them for what they are.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something, I'm sure, Tensi.
Oh, yes. Now I see how important a ripple is in a big sea. It is one ripple after another that creates a wave. And we should be willing to be that ripple
Yes.
that would create the big wave later on.
Making the big difference. Yes, yes. Do we not have Helen and Duncan anymore? Okay. We are 5 minutes from our time. So we wish to
They're there.
Okay. Would you like to say something at this point, Sister Helen, as we will be closing in a few minutes?
Yeah.
Perhaps your last few words?
Oh, siguro taking from your last question,
Yes.
it's
This is very practical kasi
very
sabi niya dito
practical.
what is a heroic act that you're doing right now?
Yes.
Mhm.
I think living by example, no, of everything that you have learned in your spiritual life, sharing what you know, and really acting it out, no, and then also the virtues of tolerance and acceptance, cooperation. That's not only little but really act of kindness and heroism for me, because we
That's
need
very
more of like that.
Yes, very true, very true. Thank you very much for the sharing, Sister Helen. Would Dax also be able to say something? Your last few words, Dax?
Yes. Really just to echo what has already been mentioned, that about taking on that effort to change, or change for the better, by connecting with the source, and accepting everything and everyone, the situations that come before us. So thank you.
Yes, truly. And in this month where we are celebrating heroism, being able to be courageous and brave, it is very relevant right now for us to be able to have that courage to change. It is I first when it comes to change. And the change is something that is sometimes difficult and tough, but it gives us the best in our life. It gives us, as you were saying, Sister Helen earlier, that brings out the best in you, that brings us the best in us. And we all right now have the same feeling, that not just the feeling, but the belief that our own connections with the divine will help us to get this heroism within us, to be brave, to change ourselves first, and be able to accept people, be able to tolerate whatever is happening, and bring about the best in us. Not from other people, but to bring out the best in us by accepting and being able to really embrace. Sister Tansy?
We have come to the end of our session this afternoon, and we would like to thank Sister Helen and Brother Duncan for having been with us from a distance, and you have cut down the distance between us. We also thank Brother Archie Vidon over here, and of course, our very own Sister Ellen Luna for really moderating our session this afternoon. Thank you to
And
Miss
also
T.
our FB viewers, remember?
Yes, our FB viewers and our companions in Zoom. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for helping us learn how to be superheroes while admiring our own superheroes too. Thank you, Miss D, for being our person behind the scenes this afternoon. And Sister Lila for having given us our opening meditation. Now we move on. Sister
We have a song right now which you would like everyone to listen to with intent.
There's a hero is an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. And a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Thank you very much, everyone who stayed with us and listened to that final song, which really tells the truth that there is a hero in each of us. Goodbye then, heroes in the universe, and Hero Archie and Hero Ellen.
And hero Tensi too.
Thank
and
you
heroes.
very much.
All of us have that hero inside of us. Hero Helen, Hero Duncan,
Hero Inday.
Hero Inday. Thank you very much, and Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.